Thanks, Ridhima, for introducing me. Hi, everyone. My name is Dipali Kulshrestha, and I'm working as a Vice President of Data Engineering with NetWest Group. And I'm AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner and Solution Architect Associate, as well as a professional. And I'm also AWS User Group Leader and Community Builder. Today, I'm going to talk about fast-track containerization of your applications with ECS Fargate. So for this demo, I have picked up a very basic Flask application. So here, if you see in index.py, I'm simply importing the Flask libraries, and then my landing page is returning hello world. And this application is running on port 5000. And this is the corresponding Docker file for this application, where base image I'm using Python Alpine, and then I'm installing the dependencies listed in requirements.txt, which we can see here that I'm simply installing Flask. And then I'm exposing this application on port 5000 of container. Now, this is an intermediate level session, and I'm assuming that you are familiar with Docker concepts and how to create Docker images. In case you are new to Docker, then you can follow my Medium blog, where you will get a step-by-step process to create Docker images. And let me quickly show you. So this is the blog. You will find it with learning-Dipali, and then you can look for containerized microservices with Amazon ECS. Here you will see a step-by-step process to create Docker images. Now going back onto the slides. So let's have a quick look on the application architecture. So for this application, first of all, we need to have an ECS Fargate cluster. And then in order to have high availability, we will be running 2 instances of our application in 2 different availability zones. And then we will put them behind application load balancer. And this load balancer will be receiving traffic from internet at port 80. So before we start building this architecture, let's quickly understand that how Amazon ECS works. So in Amazon ECS, first of all, we need to create ECS cluster, where you will get all the required things for your ECS application. When we create a cluster, it means we are simply defining the infrastructure, simply procuring the infrastructure for our application. So once we have the infrastructure ready, next step is to actually define your application. So to define your application, you will use task definitions in the ECS. So these task definition will eventually use the container images which you have stored either in Elastic Container Registry, which is ECR, or you can also refer your images from GitHub. But the key benefit of keeping your container images in ECR is that since it is like local to your account, so these are more secure. Now, once you have application blueprint available in your task definition, next step is to run your application. To run, either you can use Amazon EC2, or if you want to get rid of maintenance overheads, then you can simply run your application on AWS Fargate. And this is something which we are going to observe today. Once you have your running application, then you can simply monitor and manage your containers. All right, so now let's get in action. So first of all, we need to create and push images to ECR repository, and then we will create a load balancer. Because we have created the ECS cluster, but load balancer is something which is sitting outside the ECS cluster. So we will create a load balancer, and then we will create ECS cluster. Post that, we will define our application blueprint using task definitions, and then we will create services to run our application. All right, so now let's get in action and go back to the AWS console. So here I am on AWS console. So first of all, I'll go to ECR, where I have already uploaded my application image. So in this ECR, I have a repository called test repo. And in this repository, I have one image available, which is labeled as latest. And to create the image, all the steps are available in Medium log. All right. Now, as a next step, what we need to do, we need to create load balancer. And from where we can create the load balancer? From the EC2 dashboard. So let's quickly open that. So here, if you scroll down in the load balancing section, go to the load balancers and create a new load balancer. So we will create application load balancer for this use case. We can define any name. Let me say test application load balancer. We want to keep it internet facing because it is supposed to receive traffic from internet. And we are fine with the default VPC. And in this VPC, since we want to run two instances of our application in two different AZs. So let me add AZ1A and AZ1B. And then next step is to define security group. So let's create a new security group for our load balancer. Because in why we are creating a new security group? Because we want to allow all the traffic coming from port 80. So let's say load balancer security group. Same, I can give any descriptions. Now in inbound rules, I need to add a rule so that it can receive traffic coming from port 80. And then I can simply create this security group. So I need to provide the range. So I am opening it for the word that any traffic coming to this load balancer on port 80, we need to allow that. All right. Now let me go back to my load balancer screen and refresh this. Now I should be able to see this newly created security group in the list, and I'm just removing this default one. So we want to use this security group with this particular load balancer. Now in listeners and routing, we want to listen traffic at port 80. So this setting is fine, but let's create a target group. So why target group? Because load balancer will receive traffic at port 80, but where it will transfer the traffic. So we need to create a target group where it can send the traffic. So now we need to choose a target type that we want to send this traffic to the instances or to IP addresses or to any Lambda function. So since we are using containerized application, so we don't have proper instances. So in this case, we will choose IP addresses. As you can also see here that it facilitates routing to multiple IP addresses and network interfaces on the same instance. So correct target for us would be IP addresses. Then we need to define any name. So I can say load balancer target group. And protocol HTTP is fine. And where I want to send this traffic. So if you recall that my application is running on port 5000. So here in port, I will define that whatever traffic is coming from my load balancer, please route that to port 5000. All right. I'm happy with the default VPC. All these things are fine. We can simply go to the next page. And we can create the target group. Now let's go back to load balancer and refresh this so we can link the newly created target group. Here it is. And rest everything we can pretty much leave default and simply hit the create load balancer. So what all we did so far, we created a load balancer which is listening traffic on port 80, and then it is routing traffic to port 5000. Right? Currently, it is in provisioning state. So while it is being ready, let's create EC2 cluster for our application. So let me go to ECS. So as we understand, it is Amazon Elastic Container Services, where we can run our containerized applications. So first of all, we need to create a new cluster for our application. First of all, we need to create new cluster for our application. So here you will see different options. That this is network only, which is meant for Fargate application. But if you are using EC2 instances, then you can choose any of these for your Linux or Windows instances. So we will go ahead with this Fargate option. We will provide name to our cluster. So let me say test app cluster. Then if you want, you can create a new VPC, but since we have created load balancer in the default VPC, we will stick to the default VPC and simply create the cluster. So what we have done, we have simply procured the infrastructure for our application. And next step for us is to define our application, which we can do with the help of task definitions. So I need to create new task definition for my application. Here again, you will see different options. So we will stick with this Fargate one. Give name to your task definition. Let me say test app task definition. Then it is compatible with Fargate. If you want to attach any role, you can define it here. Network mode is going to be VPC. Since it is a very simple small application, let's assign 2 GB memory to this and let's attach one CPU. And now we need to add the container definition. And this is where we are actually mapping our application logic to this container. So give some name, let's say test app container. I'm just keeping it short. Here you need to provide URL of your container image, and that we can grab from our ECR. So here you can simply copy the URL of your image. Sorry, yeah, I'm here in this window, and I need to copy the URL of my image followed by the tag. Okay. Now you can assign some memory to this container. Since we have assigned 2 GB, let me give it like 2048. And here we need to define the port mapping. So in our container, at what port our application is running? Port 5000. So here you need to define the container port. Okay. So this is the 5000 for us. Rest everything you can leave default and you can simply add your container information. And then you can simply create the task definition. So far we have created ECS cluster, means simply infrastructure, and then we have created the task definition, means we have defined the blueprint for our application. As a next step, we need to create service so we can run this application. So we'll go to our cluster, which is test app cluster. In this services section, you will see create. So we need to create a service which will instruct this cluster to run this particular application. So launch type, we will take Fargate in this case. And then we need to pick the task definition. By default, it has picked the recent one. Otherwise, if you have multiple task definitions available, they will be available here in this drop down. You need to define service name. So I can say test app service. Here we need to define number of tasks. So as per our architecture, we want to create two instances of this application. So we are creating two tasks. So two instances of the same application will be running into this ECS cluster. So these are the tasks, means at any point in time, you will be having minimum two tasks running for your application. All right. And why I said minimum? Because if I am configuring scaling, then I can increase these number of tasks whenever more traffic is coming in. Then I can simply move on to the next step. Here I need to define the VPC. So in my case, it is the default VPC. Then we need to pick the subnets. So as our load balancer, we will simply add USEs 1A and 1B, that we want to run this application in these two availability zones. Now, if you notice here, it is creating a new security group 7954. But if you want, you can edit this rules and all. Now, we need to attach the load balancer. So we have created application load balancer. So here it has picked the load balancer, available load balancer in my account in this particular region. So it is fine. Then we need to add to this load balancer this mapping. So what is the production listener port? If you recall, it was 80. And then we need to pick the target group name. So we had created LBTG, load balancer target group. For any reason, if you are not able to see your target group in this particular dropdown, means you have created target group which is routing traffic to the instances. Make sure you are routing traffic to the IP addresses so you can see this target group here. All right, rest everything we can leave default and can move on to the next step. This is the place where we can set up scaling. As of now, we are not setting up any scaling. We are simply happy with the two instances of this application since it is a demo application. You can review all the configuration and hit on create service. Now you can view this service. So in this dashboard, you will see in a while, you will see that it will create two tasks, two instances for your application. Now we have created all the infrastructure that we have created the ECS cluster, we have defined our application, and we have also created our load balancer. Now next step, that how to access this application. So how we will be accessing this application, because for us load balancer will be the point to access that, because we are hitting load balancer from the internet. So let's grab the DNS of the load balancer. So here, if you see the metadata for load balancer, you will be able to see DNS. I have simply copied that, and let's try to access that. But yeah, before that, make sure that some tasks are there. Your application is running. So yes, we can see that our application is running. We have two tasks available with running status. So it should be accessible. But here, I'm still not able to really access that. So let's understand why. So if I go back to my slides and refer the architecture. So what we have done, we have configured the load balancer security group to receive traffic from port 80. And we have also configured it to forward traffic on port 5000. But still we have not instructed our ECS Fargate security group that it can allow traffic from this particular load balancer. So that configuration we need to do. We have defined the source and target, but we have to still open that tunnel. So now we need to modify this ECS Fargate security group to allow any traffic from this load balancer security group. So let's do that. So let me simply, so this is, if you scroll down and pick the security group of your load balancer. I'm trying to simply copy this. Yeah. And if I go to my EC2 console and in the security group section, so this is the security group which was created for my ECS cluster. You can see these details in the cluster itself if you don't know, if you have multiple security group listed here. So let's simply edit this one, edit inbound rule here. And here we need to add a rule to allow all the traffic coming from my load balancer's security group. Here I have pasted its ID. All right. So I'm allowing all the traffic coming from this particular security group, which it belongs to my load balancer. So let's save these configurations and try to access again. Unfortunately, it is still not available. It is. It took a while, but yes, now we can see this application is accessible, and this is what our application meant to be, that our landing page should return hello world, the way we have defined in our index.py. All right, so this is it. So what all things we did, that we created one basic task application, which is returning hello world. And then we containerized that particular application. And then we stored that container image into the ECR. And how to push that image to the ECR, let me just go a step back. If I select my repository here and hit on this view push commands, here you will get all the commands to push your local image, local Docker image to the ECR repository. So this is how we push the image to the ECR repository. And then we created ECS cluster, and we defined our application blueprint using task definition. Then we created service to run that particular application. And we also created load balancer, and we configured load balancer to receive traffic on port 80. And then we fixed the security group of our ECS cluster so it can receive traffic from load balancer. And then we try to hit the DNS of load balancer, and eventually we can see our application is up and running. Okay, so I hope it is useful for you. Practice it and let me know if you face any challenges. And and you can connect me on LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn profile, Dipali K. And since you are exploring on AWS, if you also want to explore on DevOps services available in AWS, you can refer to my recently published course on LinkedIn named with DevOps with AWS. This is a very crisp and clear short course. Overall duration is just 2 hours, 20 minutes, where I have tried to be very specific for the concepts, but ample hands-on. So if you want to explore DevOps, you can refer this one. Thank you.